like said that he wanted to, abolish the Constitution, was an American citizen, he should be allowed to run the country. But if they're not an American citizen, they should be labeled a terrorist and shouldn't even be allowed in the country.
Okay, but who's to say that the left is in the courts putting these charges on him?
Ah, yes,
Is it a
lawfare.
legal system? Is it, I
Yes,
mean,
lawfare. Yeah, yeah, 34 felonies. You don't believe those, right? You think that's all lawfare?
I he's a businessman. He's ought to make mistakes, but he doesn't. I don't believe that
I don't think it's a
the
mistake to
president
like
would grate people.
pay off
No,
a
but
porn star that you slept with to stay quiet about it before the 2016 election and then abuse and misuse campaign financing funds, commit business fraud. It's also definitely not a mistake to grape someone.
yeah, definitely not. Kamala Harris, she's a better candidate than that.
Yeah, because she's not a
Yeah.
grapist.
Okay. Well, if Trump was, then yeah, I'd agree with that. Uh, Kamala Harris, ooh, I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna be honest. She's not. I'm just looking at results here, man. It's what do we got here?
Read the back just for us. Read the back for the class.
That's nice.
So you said you wouldn't support Trump if he was a grapist. Here's a verdict form from a jury that determined he was.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen Trump grape anybody. I haven't seen that. A court said it, yeah. But have you? Where is it said?
You
Where is it
fucking
seen?
dude, I can't even believe this. Are you a Christian?
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think you are Christian?
Yes.
You are?
I love God.
Did you see Jesus rise from the dead?
It's called faith.
So you
Idiocracy.
have faith in someone walking on water, turning water into wine, raising from the dead like a zombie, but for some reason it's too much to believe a woman who held their abuser accountable in a civil court unanimously by a jury of 9 people.
Idiocracy. Like I can't even. Do you see the dissonant there? Like you're like, I gotta see it to believe it. And even though our court system determined that Trump had
Well,
raped a woman, and these 9 unanimous jurors all agreed, I didn't see it. Therefore, it didn't happen. But this guy that was reported through fourth-hand accounts, written 100 years after he died, to walk on water and raise from the dead, that shit definitely happened. That's outrageous.
okay. Trump, he did it. He might have not done it. I don't know. Haven't seen it for myself. A court said it. Sure. Okay. Let's say he
Is the
did.
Earth round?
Let's say
Wait,
he
wait,
did.
why do you require seeing it in the case of one scenario but not in the other?
Have you ever seen Australia?
I don't require see. I'm not saying I didn't see
Believes
it.
that
It's
shit.
not true. I'm not I believe that there's a possibility that's true, yeah. But it's just looking at what's happened to our country. Have you heard of Trump? Have you heard of Putin saying that he's only going to negotiate with Trump once Trump's in office and he will not with Kamala or Biden? And Kamala said herself that
Kamala, by the
she
way.
is buying,
Kamala, by
that
the
she
way,
is
and
buying
also him saying that.
administration.
I mean, I would like to see the source saying that he wouldn't specifically do that with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, but mainly I would attribute that, if that's true, to
Trump.
literally the fact that it's easier to manipulate someone like Trump. You understand that Donald Trump wanted
Okay.
to secede more power to Russia within the context of these scenarios, whereas Putin knows that the Biden Harris administration has been strong, right, against Russia.
Okay. Look at the wars going on. Have you seen what's going on overseas? Have you seen the wars going on there? I feel like war is a bad thing, and Trump is planning to stop these wars. To the average American, that sounds good, does it not?
Was Trump going to stop the wars and have the Biden Harris administration cause the wars?
I'm not I'm not telling you that the Biden administration caused the wars. They're happening and they need to stop happening.
Just that it happened under the administration? Okay, well, 65 service members died in conflict under the Trump administration comparative to the 16 under the Biden Harris administration. Why don't you look at that?
Well, Trump is looking like he's, and count me wrong, dude. If it is months in the future and Trump has done nothing to stop these wars, I will come back up here and I will tell you I'm wrong. But right now, in the
So you have
moment,
no idea what he wants to do.
it is seeming very, very overwhelmingly that Trump is pro stopping war and stopping death.
Was he going to do that? And also, I just gave you an example where there was more death under his administration.
Wait, he
Yeah.
literally doesn't support a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza and wants to give them more money and like more bombs to kill more Palestinians. He also wants them to like invade and attack Iran, and he said if they don't do that, he will flatten them himself.
Like him putting a stop to the war is good. Yeah.
No, it's not a stop to the war. He wants them to win the war. It has nothing to do with stopping it. He wants them to win. He said that explicitly, verbatim, word for word, bar for bar, quote for quote. He wants to put a stop to the war by like destroying Palestine.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Well,
You what?
that's fair what you said, not fair that he's doing it. Uh, yeah, I mean, honestly, those are views.
Well, doesn't
I
that
just
contradict what you
it's
said prior that he's like anti-war? You understand the whole people need to stop dying in Ukraine is just his plea for NATO as well as our own country to stop supporting Ukraine so they would secede to Russia's demand by giving them the land that they've already taken. Because if the fight goes on much longer between Ukraine and Russia, Russia will be fucking crushed and will lose all of the land in which they've advanced because they are running out of personnel, they are running out of guns, they are running out of ammunition, they are running out of bombs, and that he just wants to secede to Putin's demand of Russian expansion?
uh, well, yeah. Man, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you. I haven't looked into it as deep, and I know you're an educated man, so that's fair. Uh, I'm just looking at it from a standpoint. Trump seems confident. Trump looks like he knows what he's doing at least. Uh, and it's a lot more promising than a president that just look things up. But
I don't know what I
no,
don't know what you're
it's
saying.
yeah.
I don't think he knows what he's saying right now.
Got it.
Trying.
Parker, how you feeling then?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got food, just eating. My second account got banned for a week, so this is my current account. That's the only account that's not account warninged, so that's great.
Yeah, everyone follow Parker. You want to turn on your profile picture? Oh, sorry, not your
Oh,
profile, your camera.
I was just eating. That's why.
Oh, bet. Yeah, no worries. Or I'll even put you on the big screen. Do you want to hang out in Coast for a little bit?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to be doing anything else.
Bet. I'll probably hit a restart here soon. I feel like we could probably do better than we are.
Yeah,
With a
we can do
restart.
that.
Cool. I'm gonna go heat up 2 egos to eat. You wanna talk to about it, Bobby, real quick?
Sure, sure.
All right, bet I'll be back.
Well,
Yeah.
wait. I had a question for Dean. Ultimately, Parker,
Dean,
you got cooked by Kay and an abortion debate. So, like, I don't really feel the need to talk to you when you can't even
I don't know
like
who that is, but
define words. Yeah,
can you tell me
yeah,
what
yeah.
point I
There's
got cooked on
clips of it,
specifically?
Parker. There's clips of it, Parker. So ultimately,
Can you tell me what point I got
yeah,
cooked on
your whole
specifically?
stance. What are you talking about?
Can you give me one specific point?
Yeah, here. I'll remind you of the guy, right? It was a guy with glasses, black guy, right? Ultimately, he told you to defend your stance, which was sentience, right? And you couldn't even do that. So ultimately, where's Dean?
What do
Because
you
he's
mean I
running.
couldn't do that? What do you mean
You
I
could,
couldn't
bro.
do that?
It's clipped. You're cooked. Like, what are you
It's
talking about,
clipped, you're
Parker?
cooked. I can't name a specific point you lost on. I'm just gonna say that
Anyway,
you didn't
anyway,
mention
anyway,
what the
anyway, anyway,
justification for your
anyway.
point.
Sure. Anyway, where's Dean? Because he's running.
He's literally just went to go like do some egos. Or why are you mad, bro?
Yeah, because ultimately you got cooked. Dean needs to get
I
cooked.
got
And
cooked. I got cooked. Yeah, you
oh,
can't even name the specific point I got cooked on.
yeah. Ultimately, look, listen, Parker, calm down, buddy. So here,
I'm
let's
completely
just do
calm right
this.
now.
Let's just do this. What's your justification for abortion?
Yeah, well, I don't think that there's any reason to restrict a woman's access to abortion prior to sentience, as there's going to be no rights-bearing individual that it's going to be like restricting. So like I just don't see a reason to restrict a woman's access to abortion prior to sentience. I think it would actually be immoral to restrict a woman's access to abortion prior to sentience because it would lead to a level of suffering and harm applied to a sentient individual, a person, right? Whereas you wouldn't see that in the context of a non-rights bearing individual in the sense of the zygote, embryo, and whatnot.
Great
So
monologue.
what's your reason
Yeah,
why
real
killing an
quick. Don't
embryo
shift
in the first
burden.
trimester is
That's
wrong?
crazy. You're shifting the burden right now. That's crazy. I was doing an internal critique. So Parker, is this a
Okay.
necessary, sufficient?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm
condition?
sorry. You're the only one that can do that.
Well, no. I mean, I'm giving you an internal critique, Parker. I'm trying to see where your logic goes. So ultimately, right? Is this a necessary, sufficient condition?
A necessary and sufficient. Am I saying that there's a
Yes.
set of principles that like you require? So it depends on like if you're referencing like animal ethics and whatnot. I would have a conjunction for like those types of traits. So if you're a part of a species in which meets a particular threshold of rationality, right, along with having right sentience, right, past or present and future subjective experience, well then I would grant them value.
But I'm asking, is the condition you're talking about sentience? Is it necessary or sufficient for moral consideration?
Well, the conjunction would be necessary and sufficient.
Can I have the argument for why it's necessary?
Okay, so an argument for why it's necessary. So this would just be qualified under the specific conjunction, right? I'm saying that I have a desire for this particular conjunction to be valuable, and then we're going to compare the conjunction, right, to other people's views, other people's examples. We're going to give like counter examples and whatnot to other people about like which one's more intuitive for us to hold to, which one's more desirable.
Well,
for
wait,
us to hold to.
clarifying
That's the type
question.
of conversation
Parker,
we would
you're
have.
monologuing. Wait, you're monologuing. Ultimately, dude, look. So
I'm just describing the
I asked
position.
you for an argument. Yeah, I asked you for an argument of why it's necessary, right? You ultimately couldn't give me that. You just said, "Hey, I share this intuition with other people, and I have a desire for this thing to happen." Like that's not telling me.
No. What I'm
anything.
telling you is in the conversation, right? There's not going to be an argument for either side. It's just going to be that we're going to be comparing the different positions and giving different types of counter examples as to why one position might be preferable to another one under our own views. That's how the abortion conversation works. Can you give me an argument for any pro-life position? Like, can you tell me why it's necessary to have cellular life in order to be considered valuable?
Yeah, sure. So ultimately, right, I'm going to say this like thing from conception has met my sufficient condition of a flow, a future like ours. I'm pretty sure you've heard the argument.
Okay, wait, why? Why is it met your condition, right? Why is that valuable?
Why is that valuable? Wait. Ultimately, you couldn't give me an argument, but you want me to
Wait.
give
That's
you an
what
argument.
I just described. That there's not going to be an argument for either side, and that it's just going to be right. We're going to give examples to see which one's more intuitive. But then you can't give me an argument for your side, and you were saying it was an issue with my position.
You shifted the burden, and you
Wait. No, I just demonstrated to you that neither side can provide that question that you're asking, and you wouldn't provide it on your side.
Real quick, I can answer that, right? So ultimately, what I'm going to say here, right, is it's going to pretty much align with my meta-ethical views, which I'm a Christian, right? So ultimately, I mean, I don't really think you want to.
It's going to align with your views. You understand that you're saying that you have a desire that the position is upheld, that the set of conditions is valuable. You're not giving an argument. You're just saying that you have the desires.
Hey, can you let some people talk? Hey, anyway.
Yeah, so you're just saying you have the desire.
Here you go with the.
You're just going to say that you have a desire for that position to be valuable. You're not actually giving an argument. So go ahead and provide the argument.
Can't debate. So, Dean, why are you running from K?
Dude, you won't answer the question. What's the argument for your position? You're saying that you require an argument. What's the argument?
I just gave it to you. You didn't even critique.
You didn't. You just said that you have a desire for the position. What are you talking about? That's not an argument.
Meta-ethical views.
That's saying that you have a view that it. Wait, meta-ethical views does not change your abortion view. Can you tell me what meta-ethics are?
Are you stupid? Yes, it does.
Wait. How can objective or subjective notions of morality at all determine what your particular stance is in terms of being pro-life or pro-choice?
Repeat what you just said, dum-dum. Did you Wait. Did you say meta-ethical views don't like align with your normative views?
No, what I'm saying is specifically that it is the case that your meta-ethical views are not going to influence whether or not you're pro-choice or pro-life. That's all I'm saying.
It's true.
Wait.
So normative views on pro-choice and pro-life.
Wait, real quick. What are meta-ethics?
So meta-ethics is going to be the where the truth comes from in terms of morality, like whether it's stance dependent, stance independent, things like that, right? That's what we're referencing in terms of meta-ethics. So if we're referencing that, if it's the true dependent upon a stance or independent of a stance, that doesn't change whether or not you would have a particular pro-life or pro-choice position. Where the pro-choice and pro-life, shut up. The pro-choice and pro-life position, is compatible. Shut up. The pro-choice and pro-life position is compatible with either meta-ethical view, whether it's objective or subjective.
Yeah.
Not in the Christian worldview.
All that Parker is describing right now is like I could be pro-choice right, and uphold like the same meta-ethical framework that you do, right, even as redundant as something like Christianity,
Yeah,
right?
not necessarily. That would contradict. There's a P not P there.
There is not.
Yeah, yeah. What is objective morality, Dean?
It's like independent of an observer.
Oh,
Like
that's
the
I like
that's
how he
crazy.
still
So the
hasn't given
truth,
an
but
the
argument for his
truth
pro-life
maker there.
position.
Oh, that's crazy. Here comes
Yeah,
Parker the
I was
White
like,
Knight.
He still has
So
not
Dean,
given the
the truth
argument.
maker there.
I mean,
The truth maker
I'd like to
there
finish.
is going to be
You could-
God, right?
Yeah, so you could be like pro-choice dependent on the truth maker of God, right? The difference would be within the description of your normative framework.
Wait, real quick. So, if my normative framework doesn't align with the Christian principle and my meta-ethical views, is there not a contradiction there?
Yeah, the argument would be that it does align.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you could be pro-choice and be Christian.
No, that's not no. Because give me an inductive case of how the Bible affirms pro-choice.
Yeah, sure. Because we'd see that, like, in the case of the criminal justice system, which is what I'd predicate, like, the pro-choice and pro-life worldview off of, is just if it should be legal or illegal. We'd see no indication that God thinks that A, humans should assess and posit a criminal justice system. B, God would uphold that humans should have the ability to enact on an unrestricted will to access abortion, given the fact that he doesn't restrict it. And then C, we see no inductive or deductive case to justify the criminal justice system as a whole. And this would actually posit one of the larger critiques of the worldview. Like, for instance, if God sees a P3 video raping a child, can stop it, but doesn't, God isn't doing anything wrong. So why would a cop be doing anything wrong either? Same thing with a woman watching same thing with God watching a woman getting an abortion. Like, ultimately speaking, they're highly compatible.
They're not though, because do you know what an ought claim is?
Yeah, but we're talking about like criminal justice system.
Oh,
not,
that's
like,
great. Wait,
what is right and wrong.
real quick, Dean, don't pivot. So ultimately, one, you didn't answer the question because if there's a P not P there, what is the P not P? It's the ought claim. So in the Christian worldview, where these principles align of tell us how we should act, these ought claims, right, that God has bestowed in the Bible, right? Ultimately, he's telling us, hey, we should, right, do these things to be virtuous, whatever you think, right? But if you do not do these things and do not align with the Christian worldview, and you say normatively we should be able to do this action, there's a
What
P
does it mean
not
to be
P there.
pro-choice?
You're contradicting
No,
your meta-ethical framework.
I'm not sure. And the reason that I'm not is because you could absolutely posit that the Christian God thinks that you shouldn't get abortions and that it's morally wrong. That's fine. We're not questioning his moral stance, right? Because you could be pro-choice and think that abortion's wrong, but just uphold that women should have legal access to it. And I don't think that that view is contradictory with a Christian worldview. Do
Well,
you
with the
contest that?
with the pragmatic view, I think if you say, well, here, I think there's a P not P there in the sense where you say, well, look, we should normatively act this way, metaethically, the description of the prescription, and then say, hey,
Watch this, Parker.
we just don't need to legislate it and make people act like this. Yeah, there's a P not P there.
Okay. So in other words, you'd say if you're a Christian, you're contradicting your beliefs if you don't want to make lying to your children, telling them that Santa Claus is real illegal. Because
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, the Bible
that's
has
crazy,
some very
Dean.
simple. One moment, has some very simple descriptions. It's one of the 10 Commandments: lying, right? So if you're saying that you are contradicting your own views, if you don't hold to the things that you deem as immoral to be illegal, Bobby, do you think that lying in all circumstances should be illegal?
No one said pragmatically we should like legislate lying to be illegal. Ultimately, wait real quick. There's levels to this.
That's the
Do you
point.
agree, Dean? In the Bible, since you've read it, are there levels to this?
There's two levels. All sins are equal in the eyes of the God, apart from blasphemy, and I believe that is found in either John or Mark.
No, real quick. So what did God tell Moses?
What did God tell Moses? When? He told Moses a lot
He
of things.
spoke about an eye for an eye, and he was telling people that we should uphold like some type of system where we ultimately grant, like, hey, there's going to be something that says, hey, if you commit a certain action,
Oh, dude, you're
there's
fucked.
got to be a suitable punishment for that action. So, like,
buddy,
if you
you're
lie-
fucked. Oh, dude,
wait,
you're so fucked.
real
Go ahead,
quick.
continue.
Yeah, let me land the plane. So ultimately, if we say, hey, you're lying, there has to be a suitable like culpability there to say, well, maybe we're not going to put you in jail, but we're going to hold you accountable in the sense that, hey, you shouldn't do this thing.
Are you done?
Did I stop talking, or can you track?
I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to be respectful, you piece of shit. So, first of all, there's two things I want to go over. You just referenced Levitical law to justify punishment is to be dished out based upon the severity of the offense. Well, if you affirm, one moment, shut up. If you affirm, if you affirm Levitical law, you understand that you're also affirming the rest of it. Like this is why, like a lot of
25.
yeah, Bobby, impulse control. Could you work on that so I can finish
Well,
speaking?
don't strawman the argument.
I'm not. What
You are, because it's not Leviticus. It's Exodus.
Yeah, Levitical law and Mosaic law would
Accept
apply to Exodus and Leviticus.
Oh no, it really wouldn't. Now you're confused on hermeneutics.
One eye for an eye was overturned by Jesus. Matthew 5:38. 1, 2, as it relates to this. You can also reference that if you're going to accept the Exodus, God commands that you should not be punished if you beat your slave insofar as that they recover after a day or two. Do you accept that verse?
Now you're also confused on hermeneutics, Parker. So let's talk about the descriptive of the historical context of what was being said. So do you agree that if Moses was having a conversation for an eye, can you agree that somebody else, maybe the context of the situation is different when we talk about an eye for an eye?
Does anyone
that's
understand
relevant
what the fuck he meant?
towards responding to either of our
Why is it relevant? Wait,
what
Parker,
the hell
I'm
did Bobby
telling
just
you-
say?
Wait,
No, Bobby,
wait,
repeat what
real
you just
quick.
said. I don't think that you know what you're saying.
I'll dumb it down. Here, let me dumb it down.
No, you're
So
not dumbing
ultimately,
it down.
right-
You're making it make sense. I want to make that distinction so fucking incredibly clear. You're not dumbing it down.
Let me
You're making it
dumb
make
this down.
sense.
So ultimately, right, Dean, if I say, hey, Dean,
Dude, imagine if I came up to you, Bobby, and I was like, yo, the normative prescriptive of the framework could indicate that given the contradiction of the P and not P, that Christianity as a whole on the slice of the thin, right, would typically demonstrate in this context, in this situation, that ultimately speaking, no, right, it is justified to posit a worldview in which slavery, like, and then you're like, Dean, what the fuck did you just say?
Bro, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and then imagine that you were like, Dean, what the fuck did you just say? Then I was like, all right, buddy, Bobby, you're obviously dumb as a rock. I gotta dumb it down for
debating, or
you.
you gonna run?
Like, just go, Bobby.
Because you've been running from K. Are you going to debate K?
Oh, okay. So no, I'm not running from Cave. It means it
No,
makes
you
any
definitely
word-
are. because
Oh,
you took your
dude,
run-
hold on. I'm fucking. Wait a goddamn second, Bobby. Hold on, dude. Impulse control. Remember how we were working that on third grade, buddy? It seems like Daddy D needs to teach you a new lesson today. Okay, all right, Mr. Bobby. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying before you interrupted me. No,
We're gonna go crazy with that, Daddy Dean. Dude, you just started a whole new thing. You just, dude.
Maybe if you didn't say if you didn't affirm that it'd be a whole new thing, then it wouldn't. And if I didn't respond to the fact that you affirmed it, oh god, now we're fucked. It's spiraling out of our control. Anyways, Bobby, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. No, I'm not running from K. You want to know why? I would say in order for one person to run from another person, it is required that they don't want to debate them because they are scared that they will lose the debate. Those are my conditions for what I mean when I say someone is running from another person in a debate. Okay? But the reason that I've chosen not to debate Kay is not because I will scare, not because I'm scared that I'll lose to him, but because he has no damn respect. I've already gone out of my way. Shut up, impulse control. I've already gone out of my way to schedule and plan a conversation with Kay. Okay? Unlike any other person that has ever want to debate me. I told Kay that I would let him come up onto my stream, change the conversation, and debate me on abortion. That is an exception that I made for Kay that I've never made for anybody else. And you want to know how he responded to that? By calling me a fucking twink in a derogatory manner and then trying to paint this picture, oh, that Dean sucks, like, oh, he's such a twink, and all this other shit. No, he needs to have some more damn respect. If Kay can hold himself to a standard of behavior that is indicative of a mature adult and doesn't carry himself like a 14-year-old nerd, right? Maybe I would consider giving him some of my time.
All I heard there was you're running because you're sensitive. That's all I heard.
How
Tell
did
Kay
I
to come up
define
right
running?
now. Tell Kay to
That's-
come up right now. We'll 2v2
Okay,
right
I'm
now.
sharing it to him, bro. Look, hold on. I'm sharing it to him. Hold on. He's
We'll
not.
2v2 you idiots right now.
So how about instead of straw manning my position, right? And just saying, running because scared, even though I gave my conditions for running and I explained to you how they didn't apply, right? You be a big boy and you actually dispute the substance of the statement.
I'm just going to say, right, that did he reach out to you?
Yeah, I spoke with him on a public live. You weren't watching? Someone's behind.
No, yeah,
And
yeah,
in
no,
fact,
no, no.
in
No,
fact, if
dude.
you were listening to what I just said, I actually spoke about how I spoke to him on public live, set up a time, set up a place, and then he went on to call me a twink. So it seems like not only did you red herring my explanation insofar as how I did it run from K, but you weren't even listening to the explanation in the first place because I described how I spoke to him on live. Keep up, Bobby. You're falling behind.
Sure. This is great rhetoric. Anyway, the substance of this is going to be right. That ultimately you were on a panel. He cooked your buddy up top, right? There's a clip of this that's been circulating around.
But I couldn't name the
Oh
specific
my
point.
Jesus.
Oh my god, there's a specific clip, but
good
I
job,
couldn't name
buddy.
a specific
Good job,
point.
little buddy. Good job.
Yo,
buddy.
Heather, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Heather in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Heather, for the $50 on Venmo. Let's get some W's, Heather. Thank you for the hat and mustache. Tiff, thank you so much for the $5. And Aaliyah, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. Thank you.
Can we all point out every time Bobby gets cooked and doesn't know what to say because he doesn't have a response because he's just objectively fucking incorrect, he'll just kind of like pivot to saying, Parker lost debate, Dean running. Like, holy shit, be a man of substance. Don't be a man of like nonsense. Oh, man, I'm trademarking that one.
This
I'm
is great.
trademarking that one.
This is great rhetoric. Anyway, so look, what I'm saying is Kate called you out. He spoke to you. And you're saying, well, I'm not going to debate him because I'm sensitive. That ultimately he called me a twink. That's the your
Just said you
argument.
can come up on the live right now and get
Well,
mocked.
I'm sharing it to him, buddy. Just give me a second.
Yeah, like Loki. No, so that's not about sensitivity, right? That's just acting cordial. Like it has nothing. No, I don't care that Kay called me a twink. I don't give a shit. If anything, it's a compliment, okay? Right? But with where I stand, right, I find absolutely no reason why I should have extended that olive branch to Kay to begin with, why I should have put in that work and made an exception for him that I've never made for anyone before him, right? But then for him to like be a
Bob,
fucking
thank you for the dollar
boy
for Dean
and-
smells bad. Thank you so much.
and use the term twink in a derogatory manner, right? It's like, no, he's no longer worth my time. I have better things to do. It's not about being sensitive, buddy. It's about not letting other people, right, get special treatment out of you that in all reality are less mature than your 6-year-old nephew.
You want a response or muting me?
Oh, I don't want one. I need
Muting
one.
you is very fun, Bobby. It is very fun.
Sure, for
You are very much tempting me right now.
So
Ultimately.
look.
So look, anyways, ultimately, which one?
So look, what we're gonna
That was just fun. That was just really fun.
Parker did
I
that one for
apologize.
the love of the game. No,
sure.
sorry, he's being an asshole.
I know your
Don't-
impulse
don't
control is
take his
hard,
shit.
Parker. It's okay. So
Stealing
Dean-
my jokes.
It
Steven,
was-
that'll
it
be a
really
for
really
sure,
was
for sure, I'm gonna
difficult
steal that rhetoric. Anyway, ultimately, right?
It's fire.
What I'm gonna say is that look, if we get K here, will you debate
Holy
him?
shit. Heather, thank you for the $50 on Venmo, saying that you're awesome. I'm a Gen X mom of a Gen Z daughter, and I very much appreciate you. Keep going. Everybody show some love to Heather down below in the comment section. It means the absolute world to me. Massive W's for Heather down below in the comment section. Chris Delia, thank you for the $10 on Venmo as well. And Andrew with the $20 on Venmo. W's for Andrew, W's for Heather, and W's for Christia. I appreciate you guys so much for the love. It means the world to me.
Look, I just got a comment down there by
Yeah, we said that we 2v2 you guys. See, me personally, I think it's a big waste of time. I don't think he's shown enough respect to gain special treatment and come up on my live. But I guess if Parker wants to do a 2v2, we could do it Parker once.
Wow, he wants to get cooked again. Good job, Parker.
Still can't name the specific point. My abortion position. Then I asked him for what's the justification for his pro-life position. He's like, I'm not going to give an argument. I'm just going to say that my desire is in accordance with the view. Like it meets my set of criteria, right? Do you realize like what you're doing?
Maybe not the same thing you're doing, but
The argument for your position. What's the argument?
if you can't track, that's you.
Oh, go ahead. Provide it one more time. No, nothing.
He told you I gave it, so.
You want to provide it one more time?
And when K gets here, ultimately, like I said.
Okay, so I'm not going to just sit here and wait for Kay to get in. We'll just kick you and go to the next person, Bobby. You have
I mean,
about 5 seconds to
that's what- you're
respond,
just
or
being
before we
Parker,
kick you.
You're just showing you're going to run again.
I'm not gonna sit up here with a silent guest for the next like fucking 10 minutes before Kay joins in. Are you fucking brain dead? What is
Not
wrong
gonna
with
be-
you, bro?
It's not going to be 10 minutes.
What are you talking about, dude? Okay, well then, is he here?
I don't know. You tell me. I can't see the guest request.
What? Dude.
Wait, weren't you the one that reached out to him?
Hey, they're saying Kay is here, so look in your guest requesting.
What's his name?
Words K.
Hello.
Okay, so Bobby, will you give me the argument now?
I'd rather let Kay speak for a second.
Wait, so what was being said about me before I was here? What happened?
Ultimately, his argument is you called him a twink and he's sensitive and doesn't want to debate you. You should have respect.
He doesn't want to debate you, yet you're on the live right now. Yeah, dude. Wow, that's a great recap, Bobby. Great recap.
Wait, so you got mad because I called you a twink, Dean? Is that what you got mad about?
No, I didn't get upset, Kay. I
Well,
just
it
don't
seemed
think
like
that
you
you're
were
worth
upset.
much of my time.
Oh, but you told me to debate you. But
Yeah,
now
and then after I sat on that live with you for 45 minutes, giving you special treatment that no one else has
Special
ever.
treatment.
Do you mind if
Yes.
I finish? And yes, it is straight up special treatment. And after I sit on
Yeah.
that, okay, buddy, here's how this conversation is gonna go. Okay, I need you to act like an adult.
You're
I
not
will
upset
interrupt
right now.
you, and
Yeah,
I
you're
will allow
totally
you to
not upset.
speak, but you have to be able to do the same thing for me. Is that fair?
You're totally not upset right now. Do you
I
want to get
asked you if that's fair.
No, it just seems like you're not upset right now. Totally.
Okay. Are you going to respond to my request for you to allow me to finish, or are you not going to respond to my request
You
for me
can
to
you
allow
can
me to
finish
finish?
and I'll respond. Totally. Go ahead.
Awesome. I appreciate you. So yes, as I was going to say before you kind of control your impulses, I sat on live with you for 45 minutes, and the goal of the conversation was to set up a special one-on-one conversation with you on the topic of abortion. What we had came to is that I would allow for you to request up on one of my politic-oriented lives and tell me that you voted for Trump because of abortion, so then we could intro a conversation on abortion. And earlier when you questioned if that was special treatment, it sure is. Okay, I have upwards of anywhere from 8 to 10,000 people watching me at any given time, and I've never extended that treatment to anybody but you. Right? And for you to then turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, Dean's a twink. Haha, I hate him. He's so annoying." Like right after he leaves, all that you're showing me is that you don't deserve that special treatment. Thank you for the galaxy. It's not about Dean being upset. It's not about Dean being emotional. It's all about what Kay does or doesn't deserve. Right?
Okay.
And I'm afraid that nobody deserves special treatment from me that would satisfy those criteria.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to respond to everything that you said. For one, I don't view you as anything special. Maybe like all your 18-year-old girlfriends in the comments do, but I don't. I just view you as like a regular person that just happens to have other regular people following you and watching your lives. Now, secondly, to the claim that you made about, giving me this sort of special treatment in the case where you wanted me to debate you. Now, here's the thing, right? You came on the live. I asked you for a debate. I told you that we can do the debate on another platform. We can do it with a neutral platform where there's a moderator, where there's, other people that, in which there's not like an imbalance of power. You said no, even though every other instance where we've debated, it's taken place on another platform. But for some reason, you insisted that this time it has to be on your platform. I said, all you told me. You told me that I should actually text you and that you were going to respond to my message on Discord. Dean, I texted you 4 days ago. You still haven't responded to me. I don't even know how many days it's been now, right? So you haven't responded to the Discord DM. And then I came in your live on 3 separate occasions, sat in the comments, and on the most recent occasion, I know that you knew that I was in here because the moment that I came in here, your entire comment section was filled with my name saying, bring up K, debate K, let K up. What did you do? You did not let me up, right? Now, as far as me calling you a twink, if you feel some type of way about it, well, let me just tell you something, Dean, right? You can look in the mirror and repeat back to yourself how much you don't like K because he called you a twink, but I really don't care, right? It's true. And your boyfriend right on top of me is also a twink, right? So if you don't like that, and if you want to use that as a reason to not debate, you can just go ahead and admit that in front of all 9,000 people right now, instead of pretending like it actually made you feel some type of way. Or we can actually just get to the debate on your, proposition about abortion. We can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like before that,
mind
like
if
so.
I-
Go ahead.
Do you
Dude.
mind? Yeah, just for like 30 seconds here. because we need to go over and clarify a lot of those positions. So I want to ask a question to all of the Republicans, all of the pro-lifers, everybody in this, and everyone in this live that disagrees with me. Have I ever allowed you to DM me on Discord to get special treatment and special VIP access to the live to come and debate me? No, don't talk, Kay.
By the way, he
It's my
said you're
turn.
not special. He said you're not special, and then proceeded to explain why you were special. That you had people watching you. Like,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
also
yeah,
pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah, and then I just want to take it one step further. You talked about how I knew that you were in my live because you had like 300 people spamming and let Kay up while I was in the middle of a conversation with someone else, but it was done. You left. Have I ever let anybody come up into my live because they asked to in my comment section? What's the answer to that, Chad? Is it a yes or no?
And then also like the homophobic insult, trying to like portray like someone being a boyfriend of another person as a bad thing, right? And then portraying it to us when you know that we both have girlfriends is like actually like really weird.
Yeah, that's going to be the last thing I touched on because there's just so much fuckery that was said there. And then I guess my last point is here. I understand why your bio says narcissist because you are attempting to clock me, right? But in all reality, you're just demonstrating to the 9.5 thousand people that are watching how, well,
Crazy
quite
bio.
frankly, crazy you are. It's like you are sitting over here trying to make an argument. Oh, Dean rejected my request to have special treatment and VIP access to the live that he's never given to anybody else because I made derogatory comments about him. And that is so wrong, and it demonstrates that Dean is so scared. No, you just look obsessed. You look crazy. I tried to extend that olive branch to you to give you the VIP premium access to the live that no one else has ever received before you, right? You thank me for extending that olive branch by saying some like emotionally immature charged comments about how bad you want to fuck me because you want me to be gay, you want me to be a twink, and you just can't admit it, right? And then my response to that is to ignore you, make the determination that you do not deserve that special treatment because of your ill-willed comments against me. And look at you now. You're whining like a child. And it was the most hilarious, ironic set of events that I have ever seen to listen to you come up here, say that I'm emotional, say that I'm upset, and then literally complain to 9.5 thousand people on how I didn't respond to your Discord DM.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Are you,
Kristen, thank you for the $20 on Venmo.
Okay, so
I
I'm just gonna
appreciate
go
one
ahead
moment.
and
Thank you for the $20 donation, Christian. Everybody, please show some love to Kristen down below in the comment section. W's for Kristen.
Yeah, so
And
I'm just
Lily
gonna
with the
go ahead.
$200 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Lily in the comments? I appreciate the $200. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Lily. Thank you. Tori, thank you so much for the dollar. Bob, thank you for the dollar.
Tori,
Thank you.
Bob. You guys are
Yeah,
such
I'll be
G's.
right
Oh my
back in
God.
5
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
Parker.
Kay, can you say
Now
thank
we're
you to
gonna
Lily
go
for me,
ahead.
please?